have no memories of that room other than it smelling like stupid vape.
That checks.
You mean
Yep, that one fucking.
the lies?
Of course, it was a
remember
chat.
anyone.
God, I mean, that checks
God,
out.
no.
That was Keith.
I know. Before you fired my ass.
Imagine getting fired from a student job.
You did. I
Did
deserved
he
it, though.
ask to be fired?
I earned it. I almost got in a fight with him more than once.
Mm-hmm.
The mesh.
Oh, no.
Well, good thing we
the
found
rest
out
of us
now
meeting?
while we weren't
Yeah.
talking about anything important.
Ha, take
Okay,
that,
there we
Keith.
go.
You're not important.
Yeah, fuck you, Keith. Let's get into this shit now that I know that we've been muted. Kat, I really appreciate you calling that out because I didn't even check. So thank you very much. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the goddamn show. We're here to play a new Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign. It is my campaign. I'm running it. Joe's been in the driver's seat for a while. So you saw what someone who respects the game and the story can do. Now let me show you what a fucking just menace can do. So, Pathfinder 2nd edition, brand new campaign. This is technically, I don't have a campaign name yet. I'm going to come up with one. Tentatively, I've been listing it as Order of Heroes 2 Electric Boogaloo because we are returning to the setting from a very early campaign that we called Order of Heroes. Who all was in that? Tyler, you were in that, right?
I recognize the continent, yes.
And Jake was there. And
I was at the very last session.
Yeah.
And threw away a legendary weapon on a failed attack.
April was there
Yeah.
because April fucked up a lot. Dan,
Don't worry, I'm here now.
The only person to survive.
Yeah, you are. There was a lot of people. Anyway, so we're back. Order of Heroes 2 Electric Boogaloo. Name may change. Pathfinder 2nd edition. First time we were in this setting, we were using the brand spanking new D&D 5th edition.
Wait, was it new back then?
It was super
Yeah, that was
fucking
right
new.
when it came out.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize we've been playing that long.
Yeah.
People were excited about it, maybe.
Yeah, like it was borderline. Like, is this going to be a 4th edition? Is this going to be Pathfinder 1st edition? And we have been playing the D&D Next play
That's
testing.
right.
Yeah, and so we went 5th edition. And then there was that one fucking person who was just like, I can't learn a new system.
Mm-hmm. And then that's how I got in.
Yeah,
I think.
Is that? I thought you were there before that.
No, there
We
was
found out
you
that
were
Albert
debating.
Can't see in the dark.
Albert,
You were debating
that's
between
D&D Next.
Pathfinder and D&D 5th edition, and one guy was like, "If it's not Pathfinder, I'm out," and so I stole his spot.
Good job. It was well worth the switch just for that shit. Anyway, new characters. Let's fucking figure out who people are. Jake, give me a number between 1 and 6.
5.
Jake, who are you playing?
I'm playing Akuro, who is a Tengu kineticist of fire and air.
Very cool. Very cool. Jake, give me a number between 1 and 5.
2.
All right, Dan, who are you playing, man?
Oh, no. I'm playing a half-elf, half-halfling, quarterling, Rowan,
Rowan,
Gunsmith.
the gunslinger.
gunslinger, gunsmith.
There you go. All right, Dan, give me a number between 1 and 4.
5. I mean, 3. The money.
Tyler.
There's a Monty Python reference in there.
I didn't get it.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm playing Grung. He is a half orc, half something else. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember.
Bicycle.
bicycle.
Yes, he's half bicycle. I think he might be half orc,
Bicycle.
half orc, half orc.
Oh, so like
There we
he's
go.
3/4 orc.
He's like 3/4 orc.
We got a
Three-quarter orc
quarterling and a 3/4ling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He is a
And our
monk.
powers combine.
Oh no.
You're
Two
more.
full
one lane.
people.
Mhm.
He's a monk of the dragon stance, I believe.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. All right.
I hope so.
Tyler, give me a number
Yes.
between 1 and 6.
6.
All right. April, who the fuck are you playing?
I am playing Aoife Quinney. She is a catfolk bard. Charlatan.
Very cool. All right, April, give me a number between 1 and 80.
I can't count that high.
Give me a number between 1 and 8.
7.
John, who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Jurg. I bite things. Also, I'm a goblin.
So for people who aren't familiar, John is playing a character named Jurg, whose nickname is Bitey, because that's what he fucking does. So I had a decision to make. Do I put Jurg or do I put Bitey on the overlay? Bitey won.
That's fine.
Yeah, so barbarian goblin who fucking bites things. What leaves us, John, give me a number between 1 and 100.
-3.
Joe, who are you playing, man?
Yeah, I'm playing Basil, the small little basil plant, leshy druid. It's good. It's got a pet named Coil, which is a vine that's just wrapped around him.
Yeah.
It kind of directs to do things for him.
Okay, very cool. So, if I remember correctly, Basil's a returning character. Basil's a returning character.
Yes,
And
returning.
yeah, I'm very excited to see the return of Basil. Give me a second here. I want to pop over to a slightly different screen. Here we are. So, once again, this is a world of my own design. Let's show off the world map. Hang on a second, because stream, are you seeing this shit? Because it's not loading up for me.
Yep,
It's
yeah.
showing.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I'm getting early Final Fantasy vibes.
It's
You're
fair.
missing an N.
What?
Also, where's
From
our
what?
airship?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Maryland's Keep.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we need a desert.
History
version.
changes the spelling on things.
Whack.
That is
Yeah. So yeah, this is our world map. This
Okay,
is
there
the
we
same
go.
world map that the party played in beforehand. It was slightly modified because this giant fucking crater that was
That's our fault from the first time.
Terra Mare Lake is essentially the party set off a fucking nuke to defeat the big bad. Let's see, Dan, who is the big bad of that campaign?
Booger Snatch.
Some
That's-
fucker that stole my scimitar.
Look on the dude with the egg inside the needle inside the.
Tyler fucking got it. It was Kashi the
Dang it.
Deathless.
That's right.
Yeah,
I can't ever
he's
remember his
always-
name.
Yeah.
But Booger Snatch was funny sounding.
Booger Snatch is a great name. So if we zoom in, it's missing an N because history's a son of a bitch. Harlan's Keep. Harlan was April's original character who inherited that keep thanks to some fuckery with the Deck of Many Things. The party adventured all over the world. We're not going to adventure all over the world, at least not to begin with, because we're going to zoom in on the Sunset Lands. Specifically, and I'm going to bump us over to our Sunset Lands local map. This is where we're starting. This tiny section of world. This is where we find our characters at when we start. Now, some of you may be longtime residents here. Some of you may be freshly just passing through. I kind of have some ideas. So like for Basil, I imagine that you are hailing from Long Forest because there is a healthy supply of druids, of Leshy.
No.
So that's kind of what I imagined for you. Rowan, and probably Afa and Akuro. Probably you're more familiar with Tarmsworth. It's large trade area, like trade city, like it does the majority of the commerce for the area. Now you may not be from there. You can tell me if, after I get done, if it's different. Whereas Grung, there's the Monastery of the
Let's see
Dragon's
that.
Tail, a monk monastery known for kicking ass and making beer. So that's kind of where I imagine Grung
In that
got
order?
his training from. No,
Yes.
other way. Beer, then
Oh,
ass. Yeah.
Gotta get drunk before the ass kicking.
So, and I remember now I was supposed to DM John some things, and I did not. But in the hills around the monastery, Bitey, you would know that there's a whole clan, a tribe of goblins, and that's probably where you hail from. Maybe you're on good terms, maybe you're not.
I don't hang out with them.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hang out in the swamp.
What else are we looking at here? We've got By the Sea. It is a lizard folk village. Initially started as a small tribe, small clan. Fishing was good in the bay, so it just grew and grew. And now there you got people. You got all sorts of people staying there, living there. The problem is the lizard folk, they kind of don't, they're very literal. They don't buy in a lot of the more abstract things from standard civilization. Not that it's a bad thing by any means, but one of the things that kind of throws people off is they don't do capitalism. They don't do monetary. They don't do currency. It is a very strict barter system. If you need something, you trade something. So it definitely drives off a lot of the wealthy, a lot of businesses. They don't want to go somewhere where their coin isn't any good. Whereas a lot of worksmen, tradespeople, your average, everyday person who's just trying to survive, it's great for them. Like if I need some fucking, if I need a new, new fucking dress or some shit, I just go out, I catch some fish, I, pick some goddamn fruit, I go to town, I trade it, I have what I need for the day. Now the thing is, and we're going to do a double call back here. You may see on the map, there's a thing listed as Hammerglass Trading Company. Well, Hammerglass Logging Camp. Who can tell me what the Hammerglass Trading Company is?
A bunch of bastards.
That's right.
Yes.
So this ties back to another older campaign. A campaign that, if I remember correctly, April's character was eaten by a giant worm.
Early on, yeah.
Yeah.
And I stopped being my original character somewhere midway through.
You had a lot of
Not
shit
because-
replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Hammerglass Trading Company. It is the largest trading company in the land. Think like you're thinking, was it the East India?
East India.
Yeah. This is my version. Hammerglass, this dwarven trading company. Everywhere, very wealthy and known very much for exploiting the natural resources and fucking people over to get their money. Hammerglass Trading Company has somehow managed to get logging rights to Long Forest. Long Forest has never had logging rights given out before, given the fact that it is a very vibrant, living forest that is known for... It's dangerous if you're being respectful, if you're paying attention to the forest, if you're being respectful of nature, you can get through it without too much trouble. But somehow Hammerglass Trading Company got logging rights, and the ruling council of Tarmsworth got a lot richer, and no one knows how those two are connected. But Hammerglass Trading Company has been having a lot of trouble with the residents of Long Forest, fucking their shit up, causing trouble. So Hammerglass Trading Company has hired a mercenary company to come in and help provide defense, as well as they're listing it as preventative maintenance. This mercenary company is called the Bloody Marches. Another DOK campaign.
What is checking the boxes?
I'm checking
Yeah,
the
we
fucking
really are.
boxes. I'm bringing shit back. And that's kind of our setting piece. We're going to be in this area. As we go through this episode, think where you may be from in this map, why you may be in this area. Maybe you're a long-term resident, maybe you're new. We'll figure it out at the end of the session. As all of you feel cold, wet grass under you, it's cold chill in the air. It is dark as you open your eyes and kind of look around, but not pitch black. It is the early hours of dawn. The sun is working on rising somewhere far off in the goddamn east. And you find yourself waking up in a wheat field. Rows of agricultural kind of surround you. As you look around, you see yourself and 5 other individuals kind of waking up in this field. You all take a moment, you stand up, you're cold, you're wet. It's mostly from like dew and condensation of being on the ground. You feel that chill in your bones if you have bones.
Oh no, my bones.
Yeah. And you kind of look around and you see that there is a village couple 100 yards to the east. You're in a farmer's field just outside of town. Now, as you all wake up, the first question I'm going to have is, do any of you recognize anyone who's waking up next to you? This is the question in the campaign where I say, do any of you know each other at the start of the campaign?
If there are other people from the same town as me, maybe. Sure.
And I'm really imagining that Rowan is probably from Tarmsworth. Technologically, it's a little more advanced, and especially for a gunsmith and an up-and-coming gunsmith, that's where you would be kind of practicing your trade, especially with Hammerglass and the Bloody Marches kind of coming in. They're using Tarmsworth as their kind of their base to get their logs in and out of the region. So,
Say, unless anyone frequents the forests or the lizard folk village, then they probably don't know me.
I've probably been around there a few times.
I'm convinced I know Jurg, but I call him the wrong name.
That's okay.
Hey, Greg, I see you all the time in the neighborhood. What are you doing, Greg?
oh yeah,
How are
'cause
you,
drew
man?
from the fucking hills up there. Now,
I'm just,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm hungry, and I'm just squatting in the field, and I just like lean my head over and like bite a clump of wheat and just start eating it.
Greg, did you get your hair done differently?
I don't have hair, I need fur.
it's good. Now, I would say probably like I'm looking at Rowan, Akuru, and Afa. I would really probably lean towards, and it's up to you if it's different, but Tarmsworth. Akuru, it's got a very vibrant, and Afa, very vibrant like entertainment district. Fortune tellers, performances. It's a good way to make some money. And same thing, Rowan, like I said before, gunsmithing. You can make a living out of Tarmsworth with some gunsmithing. So if the 3 of you wanted to know each other, that's entirely up to you.
I was
Opinions?
thinking Akuro is more from the Duskill Mountains because those are more likely to have wild firestorms, I would imagine.
So you're coming in from the far south?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were just passing through the region?
Yeah. I make my money as a traveling fire juggler.
Okay. And that
Before
makes
someone
sense.
asked you if this smells like chloroform.
The Hammerglass logging camp always is looking, they're not actively hiring entertainers, but entertainers that pass through can always make some coin just from the workmen and the mercenaries that are kind of stationed there, bored, don't have a lot to do. So maybe you pass through that area just in your travels, making some money with your axe. So, kind of sounds like Grung and Bitey may be passingly familiar with each other.
I probably know Basil or seen him. Like, give him a
Yeah,
nod, he give
maybe.
me a nod.
Maybe.
I'm confused. What's the last thing we remember again?
So you start kind of digging through your memories, trying to figure out. Now, you would probably remember the tell me what Basil's routine would have been the previous night.
Like at the forest where I'm normally at.
Yeah, wherever you would have been at
Okay.
in this region that we've got on the screen.
In this region on the stream, probably looking into if there's like anything weird going on in the forest. Maybe some plants are dying or something like that. Or
with the hammerglass logging, that is a very active and high threat right now.
yeah.
So maybe the last thing you remember is like at the edge of the night, you're kind of cutting around the edge of the logging area, salvaging what plants you can, maybe gathering some seeds. That way, you know these lines won't end. And maybe you remember finding a good place kind of out of the way to root in for the night. And you remember drifting off to sleep. And then the next thing you remember is waking up here in this wheat field next to some random ass
Everything
village.
else. Okay.
So why don't we, I like that trail of thought. Why don't we kind of pick some things up from the other people? Rowan, what did you remember last?
Basically, get done with work, you go to the bar.
Yeah, Rowan, things get a little fuzzier for you. You finished up a hard day's work. You head to one of the local bars in Tarmsworth. What's the name of this bar, Dan?
Gosh, I'm bad at that thing.
Is it Skankles?
Yes, it's obviously Skankles.
Yeah, you head to your local neighborhood Skankles.
Gotta see a little ankle every now and then.
Yeah. And as you you drink the night away, there's people you know, friends, enjoying yourself. You remember stumbling home to your little apartment in a back alley. And then it just kind of goes fuzzy from there. And then you remember waking up here. Bitey, what about you?
Oh, I was sitting by the pond, and I was eating bugs, and just watching the frogs. I like to watch the frogs, so yeah. And then I don't know. I think I fell asleep. Oh.
That really got vibes of like when Meatwad went to the Super Bowl. There's fucking chickens, and everyone's like, "Where the fuck did you go?" Okay. Grung, what's kind of the last thing you remember?
I was probably out somewhere in between the hills and the swamp doing some foraging.
Okay.
Maybe I got a little too close to the camp, but I was just sort of out foraging for
kind of a little
food
far
and-
south.
Yeah.
Do you think you camped out there for the night, or did you make it back to the monastery?
I think I probably was camped out for the night.
Okay,
You know, a little too far out. Decided to just camp
Sure.
out for the night. And
Not a problem. Yeah. You head out. You did find April, is that dragon's milk? It's a good choice.
wait, what is April drinking?
If it would focus
Oh.
and not slip into the
Yeah,
green
you
screen.
can kind of
'Cause I've
catch
got-
it. Dragon's
I got
milk.
that one.
Yeah.
Good lord,
Oh,
the red
that's
just
also good
kills
stuff.
it.
Quad barrel.
It's
Uh,
I
out.
love the quad barrel.
I'm drinking some
Ow.
Bullet
hell
Bourbon
yeah.
Frontier whiskey.
The Total Wine right here has a huge selection of Big Bad Batista.
Oh,
I've been
wow.
going through.
Nice. Okay, so Grung, yeah, you ventured a little too far out. You're out doing some hunting, some gathering. You got some root vegetables. You got some berries. You probably got a
Squirrel or a
handful of
rabbit.
squirrels and rabbits. Eventually, it's all stuff you're going to take back to the monastery. You're just out too far. You're not going to make it back in time. So yeah, you just throw up a little campsite, and you remember you got a fire crackling a little ways from you. Maybe the scent of whatever rabbit that you cooked over the fire for the night. As you kind of drift off with the stars overhead, and then you're awake here on the ground. Akuro. How do you say it again, Jake?
Akuro.
Akuro. What do you remember?
He was doing some fortune telling with his phony baloney fortune telling cards,
Yeah.
and he tried to convince a very angry person that maybe life wasn't as bad as it seems. That somewhere out there, there's maybe like a buried treasure, and he's the one who's going to go find it.
Nice.
This guy mistook that for me actually saying I know where buried treasure is and forced me into the wilderness to go find it. I faked having to go potty, and then I made a run for it, and eventually I fell asleep, and now I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. You remember, last thing you remember is you're running through long forest. Eventually you find a small, like, you know, cranny nook, something like that, like underneath a clump of rock with a tree on it, so you can kind of hunker away from the elements for the night. And then you woke up in this grass. Now, finally, we go to Aoife.
I'd like to think that Ava was actually performing at Skankles that night.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Rowan, you may recognize her as one of the performers. What kind of performances did Ava do? I don't know what kind of instrument you picked.
Based off of the AI image you so kindly generated for me, a nice acoustic guitar. So
Nice.
I'd like to believe that she, at least at some point throughout the night, did a grand yield rendition of Wonderwall.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
naturally.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yield Wonderwall.
The Wall of Wonders.
The Wall of Wonders.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, Ava, you made some good coin last night at Skankles in Tarmsworth. As a act there, lodging is included. So you remember after making your money, a lot of people probably sent drinks up to the performer. So you had a good amount to drink in you. You stumbled up to your room. You got your guitar packed away. Probably took off your big hat with all the floofy feathers on it, batted at him a little bit, and then fell asleep.
Precisely.
And then you remember you fell asleep in a very soft, comfy bed and woke up on the hard, cold ground. So you all find yourselves in this wheat field. You look around, you take in each other. Maybe you recognize, maybe you don't. You're not sure where you're at. But you do see, like I said, a couple hundred yards to the east, there is a village there. You see a handful of kind of basic wooden, like, cottages, cabins, a couple larger wooden buildings, nothing made of, like, stone. Except for you kind of look in the distance towards the east, and you see a large building, maybe a cathedral, something like that. Very large, old, regal-looking building. What do you all do with that information?
So,
A building? Do we go?
I think we have to go.
I'm too busy
Yeah.
trying to shake the water off my coat.
Are you muted there, Chuck?
How dare you? You see this this big building, this big, like, cathedral looking thing. It's on the far side, opposite, like outside of the village, on the opposite side. Yeah. So what do you all do?
Check it out.
well, I think we should
start-
go someplace warm and with food and not covered in dew. That building,
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been, you know.
Bitey is just starts sneaking through the wheat towards the building.
Easy enough to do. Why don't we call our
we just-
first
we just take
check? Why don't you give me a stealth test?
Oh, sure, I would love to.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Wasn't there a goblin here just now?
Where did that goblin go? 23. That's a great test. Yeah, you fucking disappear into the wheat. And now to get to this, it sounds like you're all interested in this large building off in the distance. But you kind of have to pass through town. What is the rest of everyone doing?
Probably doing like introductions
Yeah.
and then going towards the building.
Okay. Everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As Bitey, you're leading the way, so I'm going to give you this information presented to Bitey first.
Sure.
And then the rest of you would kind of be following behind a ways. And eventually you'll see this unless Bitey provides different information. Now, Bitey,
Mhm.
as you are moving through into this town, you kind of start recognizing some of the buildings. A little bit of the disorientation is wearing off. And you realize that this is the small village of Sanlo. On
Okay.
the map, it's kind of to the north.
I have pooped here before.
You've pooped here before. So yeah, Sanlo off to the north. And this large building you see is the building I'm pinging on the map back behind it. And as you kind of move up into the town, Bitey, you move out of these fields, you move past a couple farmhouses, and you're kind of looking around the town. It's early morning, but people are up, people are about. And you can see that kind of in the center of this town is, an older boneyard, graveyard. And you can see that in this graveyard, there's people. They are digging. You can see 3 like pine wood boxes kind of stacked next to where they're digging. But the thing that really catches you is there's a small crowd gathered around, kind of watching the people dig 3 separate holes. And they are in very good spirits. They are laughing. They are chatting. And this is the information you're going to kind of pick up before, of course, anyone notices you and before the rest of the party. The rest of the party, of course, will be seeing this information here shortly as they kind of move into Sanlo. So what do you do with that, Bitey?
I'll try to move back to the group and be like, "There's a party, dead party."
The best kind of party.
Let's liven it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Or
They're
dead
bearing
man?
boxes. They smell tasty. It's a party.
There's
I think
a
it's called a
party
party.
in my
It's called a
tummy.
party, right? When
So
you
yummy,
do
so
the
yummy.
dancing and singing. I don't go to parties.
I hate when they use the boxes. It's better when the plants get to eat them.
Well,
It just takes
aren't
longer,
the
right?
plants
It
made
takes
out of
longer.
the plants, or the boxes made out of the plants? Can't the plants keep eating then?
Then it's
It's harder to eat
cannibalism.
through the box, though.
It's just
Tasty
box is hard shaped to eat. I will have to test this.
But yeah, if you're all just kind of moving into town, you would see exactly like Bitey described. There is a triple funeral going on, but rather than the regular silent mourning, it is happy, it is jovial. People are enjoying themselves. You see a couple people coming up with like baskets of like freshly baked muffins and kind of distributing it. People are hugging, laughing, maybe even kind of like off in the corner of the of this little cemetery. Maybe you see like a younger couple, like maybe in their mid-20s, just like fucking making out. Very peculiar
weird
funeral, especially 3 coffins, 3 holes.
I'm going to make my way up to one of those boxes to try to give it a eat, because friend Basil did say something about plants eating boxes having a hard time. I want to test this to see if the box is hard to eat.
You move up.
Okay.
Give me a fortitude test.
Okay.
Fortitude save. Not bad. You move up,
Damn.
and this pine it's fresh, it's wet. You bite hard into it, and you've got splinters in your gums. And as you walk up and you bite, you can see through like the hole that you bought. You can see like a portion of a like mangled foot. Looks kind of small, like it may be a child's foot in a regular adult-sized coffin. But as you take a bite, people around you notice, and they all start laughing and cheering and like patting you on the back and like, oh, that's one way to get your fiber for the day. You're gonna be regular for the next week. Like,
Yeah.
all sorts of people, even people who are digging these graves, start like laughing and kind of calling out to you, Bitey.
I feel like I'm
Oh.
gonna join in. Like Basil's just very happy that people are happy, and he's gonna run
Oh,
along.
people
and
are very happy.
just be laughing with them and help dig, move plants and
Oh,
things out of the way. He's gonna
They,
be like trying to preserve plants as they're digging into the ground. If there's any.
I'll tell you what, as people see you like getting like individual like clumps of like grass and maybe like little bits of weeds, some flowers, other people in the area just start helping. And as you realized around these graves, people are like picking it clean, like taking it down to dirt, spreading out as they carefully remove each plant, and they move it outside of the graveyard and like dig a little hole and replant it. It's enthusiastically they're helping you without understanding the context that they're kind of helping you. Basil may not pick this up, but I'm sure the rest of you are aware enough
No,
to
not
really
at all.
pick this up.
This is great.
That like even the people who were digging the graves stop and start helping going around the graveyard, like digging up clumps of sod and grass, weeds, and start replanting them outside of the graveyard.
It's odd.
This is festive.
A little too
I like
festive.
this place, guys. Can we stay?
Strange.
People like me.
I'd say this. So Afa, Akuru, Rowan, you talking about things that are a little too festive. Someone walking like an old man. Oh, that is Russell is right over Joe's face. That is perfect alignment there.
Look, we all know Joe is really Russell.
Joe
know.
is secretly Russell.
It's not a secret.
Someone like walks up to you, Akuru, and like gives you a hearty slap on the back. An older man. Yeah. Those three there are like, that was my son and my daughter-in-law and my grandkid, and he gives a big belly laugh, and they were all just violently, brutally murdered and disassembled in the middle of the night. Like I'm just glad I get to see all my friends out here in the morning. It's really great.
That's fascinating. Can I have one of those muffins over there?
Oh, absolutely. He goes and he runs over, this old man runs over and grabs 2 muffins, and he hands you both of them. One of them's blueberry and one likes lemon poppy seed or something like that.
I will eat them directly out of his hand.
Oh, this is fantastic. Look at it. Make sure you get the crumbs between my fingers. That's right. Get that beak in there deep.
Well, that's a little too personal, but these are pretty good. So, why not?
And as you're doing that, people kind of start coming around and like cheering you on, and people kind of lose focus of replanting all these plants. People are just in an amazing mood.
These people are crazy.
These people are crazy.
But why are these people crazy?
Very sad.
Well, I hope
don't-
it's nothing in the muffins because I just ate 2 of them.
This dude's got like
Basil
muffin
wants to look
crumbs in
around
his
and see
hands,
if
and like he's
anyone-
licking the rest of the crumbs off, and he's like, "Oh no, the muffins are great, freshly baked this morning." Like when I saw my family brutally disassembled and like dismembered in their little cottage this morning, like I just knew, like we need some fresh baked goods.
Are you not worried about who did it?
Oh no, we
That's
know who
the
did it.
first
We
thing.
got them locked up in the cabin.
Wait, what?
Terrible, hideous monsters.
Oh,
What are they?
Monsters.
But what
Ugly,
what
lumpy,
kind?
Go on.
gross, yellow, snotty, hideous.
oh.
I mean,
I
I
see
could
it.
take you to my
If you could.
only son's house where he was just ripped to shreds this morning.
The shreds, you say?
To shreds. I could take you to their cabin if you want to, like, see these monsters. Like, I opened the door, they were all like, ah, and I'm like, oh no. So like I rushed in real quick, and I grabbed my son, and I grabbed his dead wife, and I grabbed my poor 7-year-old grandson. I had to go back 3 or 4 times to get all of my grandson.
Boydie feels slightly bad about that, so he pulls out a couple splinters out of his mouth and puts them back.
It's fine though. Like we had some extra like nails and stuff. So when we
Oh.
put them in the coffins, just like we just nailed all the bits back together.
Were you this crazy this morning too?
Crazy. What are you talking about? I am just in such a good mood. It's like no terrible thing could bother me.
Not even the death of
Get
your child
there.
and your grandchild?
Obviously not.
No.
Okay.
Even my daughter-in-law. Fun story. That was almost an uncomfortable marriage back in the day because before I married his mom, I had a little thing with her mom for a bit. But the timing doesn't quite line up. So luckily the grandkid wasn't, extra ugly.
I'm not trained in it, but can I roll a medicine check anyway? I think
Absolutely.
these guys are high or something.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it out.
Ooh.
Just a flat 11.
I like how happy everyone is.
You aren't able to pinpoint any specific thing, but everyone is this jovial. Everyone is enjoying themselves. It's very not wrong. And even kind of like Grung, you're a monk, you're a master of your own physical form.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with how the body reacts to things. This is unsettlingly off.
Okay. I thought so, but
Now normally I wouldn't stick my neck out for strangers, but the thought of being torn to pieces is unpleasant.
Oh,
And
yeah.
even more so unpleasant is the idea that everybody would just be like, hey, get the nails out.
It had to be terrible
Plus-
because, like, there were, like, fingernail marks all over the inside of the door as they tried to escape, but were dragged back in and just to shreds, I say.
They should have used a bite.
They should have bit. I didn't see any bite marks on those creatures as I pulled them all out. I didn't know what to do about those creatures. They looked like they were enjoying themselves. So we just locked them all inside the house.
Oh,
so you just left them in the house with the bodies?
No, we got the
you told-
bodies out.
where
Okay.
are they? Where's the house?
Well, just right over there. Any points? Maybe like, 50 yards away to like a house.
Bitey starts heading that way.
Yeah. Anyone else tagging along?
I will pick a couple
Yeah.
more muffins with my beak and then go on.
These
I want
people
to
are.
see if anyone's not happy. I just want to
Give
quickly
me
look around.
we're going to go with perception test. I think just a perception check. Joe, those dice are black on black.
They are. I don't know what that's
That's
about.
what they default to.
If you go
Okay.
into the settings
Oh,
and then
no.
go into dice so nice. Yeah, April
Yeah.
gave up, ran away. We just have ceiling cat.
Yeah, that's fine.
23 is
Ceiling cat will
really
carry
good.
us.
No one.
Basil's not really
Okay.
looking out of suspicion, but he's like looking to see if anyone's upset that he could go talk to help.
No one's upset. It seems like the entire town is here. They're enjoying themselves. You actually see that people are enjoying these fresh muffins. You can see that they've got a fire going on, and they're starting to dump in like some jugs of wine, and they're throwing in some spices. They're getting some spiced wine going to help keep everyone warm while they go about the jovial task of burying brutally murdered young family.
Yeah, it's time to check out these hideous monsters, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitey's
all-
already over there.
Yeah, you all
Kinda,
go over.
Look up through the window because he's short.
Same.
Give me an
I'll
athletics
just
test.
get in there and peer next to you as well.
Yeah, Rowan and Bitey, give me an athletics test as you try to pull yourself up to look
I'll
into
put
this
one of
window.
them on my shoulder. I don't care if they need
Okay.
help.
If only it was acrobatics instead.
Bitey, that's really good.
I don't have the module activated, Chuck. It's not my fault.
What's going? Oh yeah. Listen, it was only an 18 that you rolled, not
Yeah,
cheating
yeah.
yet. those of you who pull yourself, April, what
the
does that
fuck
look
did
for?
I just come back to?
John cheating for our Pathfinder games that he runs.
Oh, okay. Different context.
Everything makes sense now. So
Yeah.
the party is going up to the house there, Afa, to look inside as Rowan and Bitey pull
The hideous
themselves up,
monsters.
do a chin up on this windowsill, and you peer inside, and you see three. And I've got a little handout. Now, Tyler, high or low?
Low.
All right. So it's going to be up to John. It's on the screen. John, would you please describe what you see? Bitey, would you please describe what you see?
It looks like a lump of fleshy bits with a mouth and an eye, and it has like a big the slapper thing.
And as you kind of pull yourself up to look in, your face is close to this glass, and there's just this stink of like rotten egg.
Oh, I like rotten eggs. Tasty. You bury them in the ground and dig them up and eat them.
And you see three of these things kind of milling around the interior of this house.
Hmm.
Now, give me a perception test.
Do.
And this will be Rowan
Sorry.
and Bitey. You both make this perception test.
Where are you? Perception.
It's on the banner on
Left-hand
the
side.
left side.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Right underneath armor class.
Yeah.
Is it not letting me do a thing?
Can't find the familiar abilities.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I would have to research that later. Both of you, so Rowan got the low score with a 15. So I'm going to say both of you are going to pull this. You're above the DC I wanted. As you see these three things moving around, all of a sudden you see like from a shelf, something like a vase get knocked off, a book get knocked off. You hear the sound of fluttering wings move from one side of the room to the other. There's this red, leathery looking blur that quickly moves kind of out of where you have line of sight. You're not able to get any kind of more details, even with the really good rolls that you two did. But you do get a sense that in addition to these three things, there's something else much smaller, much faster, red, and it is flying.
Are you thinking we just burn it down?
No,
I can be
go
down
in
with
and give
that.
it a taste.
So,
I mean,
I was thinking we just burn it down.
I'm
Flying
not
thing,
opposed to that. We could also.
sludgy things.
I don't even know what that is.
Flammable, I hope.
as Bitey kind of points out these three creatures, asking if anyone knows what it is, I would take an Arcana, Occult, or Religion test. Yeah, I think it would be one of those three tests. So if anyone
I'm
wants to
untrained
make
in
that
all
test,
three of them.
I can do religion.
I'm
Oh,
trained
well.
in a cult.
Don't need to.
all right.
Is this
so
urban or common?
it is urban.
Can it be
Okay.
mercantile?
Yeah.
No.
Definitely.
Damn.
So I'm going to say this
Don't
AFA
forget to check your box.
Mm-hmm.
13. Okay, AFA. I'm going to give it to you, AFA. As you kind of peek in, you rolled Arcana. You are a bard. You are a spellcaster. You know stories of the nine hells, and you know that the lowest, most pathetic creatures that exist in all of the pits of hell are called a lemur. Lemur. Lemure.
They've
Tyler,
been
how do you
renamed,
pronounce that?
Chuck.
What?
I don't know.
They've been
Lemur
renamed
sounds
in
right.
in the new.
I'm
in
not
the new
going off that.
remakes.
I'm going off the physical books that I have on my shelf. If
I have the
Wizards of the
physical book
Coast and
upstairs.
Paizo wants to fight me, I'll fucking fight you.
Or alternatively, send us copies of the new books and,
And
we'll
I'll-
call them the new name.
Yeah, send me copy. Tyler, you are a fucking genius. Tyler, you get a hero point.
You know, there's
Yes.
a free website,
Yes.
right?
What's that, John?
I said, you know, there's a free website, right?
There's a free website, but Once
I
again,
just give
I'm
you a hard
going
time.
off the physical copies of the books that I were reading.
The free
I was
website is
reading
called
earlier.
Sponsor Me, please.
Yeah. So, what, John? What are they named now?
Send help.
I don't remember off the top of my head. It's only
Lemur.
it's like
Lemur is
it's
what
like
they.
3 letters. It's like an ob or something.
I don't care about that.
Oh,
Afa, these are pathetic, lowly human souls that were banished to the 9 hells. They start out as these pathetic meat abominations, just very weak, slimy, gross, meaty humanoids that do the bidding of higher devils.
oh, so like my mother-in-law.
I imagined
Dang.
with slightly less slime.
Timmy's watching, so
Oh, perfect. Sammy, I'm talking about your mom. What are you going to do? Anyway, so Afa,
she's a little high right now. She's not handling it well.
nice. That's the information you know. These are pathetic, lowly, like bottom of the bottom rung devil residing in the 9 hells. These are a slight step beyond the souls that are being tortured in the 9 hells.
They're not even worth the slug guts on the bottom of your paw.
Really.
So you're saying we could just go in there and kick their asses?
Yes.
Neat. I mean, I don't want to suggest that we be paid for this service or loot the house or anything like that, but there is money
Find
to be made here.
compensation.
So
Finders keepers.
I will say this, that the residents of the town are still in the graveyard. So you're all, the 6 of you are off on your own. Sammy, thanks for all those subs. That's fantastic.
They'd probably be excited if we robbed them
Yeah.
right
I
now.
want to fire off a detect magic. I'm curious why these are here.
Okay.
Can I go bite one?
They're inside this locked building, so
soon.
you would have to
Soon.
break the door open. Joe, you throw out detect magic. Let's see. You send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. You can ignore magic you're fully aware of. Yeah. Illusion magic only if the magic effects have a lower rank. Goodness gracious. Joe, you're going to make me look up fucking rules.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess that it's probably the lowest rank right now because we're first level.
So I'm going to give you slightly more information what the spell kind of dictates than I should.
Cap.
You pick up one, this house has just this low rum of ongoing magical, like radiated magic. Like, you know, if someone was playing with uranium marbles inside, the walls might go off with a Geiger counter a little bit. And that's kind of what your detect magic does. Like, there has been a faint aura of magic kind of soaked into the walls, into the building. You do get, I'm going to say, the occasional ping of stronger magic. It's kind of hard to pinpoint, and you're not really able to detect like the specific kinds of magic and things. But these creatures that you're picking up, you're going to guess kind of from your spell. They're here magically in some way. But you also, and I'm going to throw it out there, do pick up the slightest hint of illusion magic kind of hiding underneath the stronger, like infernal kind of magic of these gross egg smelling creatures. Sammy, 300 bits. That is a banked reroll. One of you is in charge of that. If you go into the journal section, there's a document called Bits and Shit. And you have full access, right? I'm carrying over the bits from Anvia because we didn't use everything. So before Sammy gave us a reroll, we had 1 reroll and 2 trouble. So that bumps us up to 2 rerolls for the party and 2 trouble.
I had
for
2 trouble to
minions.
burn on the last one.
You did, and you
Oh.
didn't use it all.
Oh,
Thank
man.
goodness.
It carries through to me. So, Joe, I'll let you decide how Basil shares that information.
Yeah, he would just relay like, I'm picking up some weird magic or something from inside, something illusory too. I think someone was playing around with magic they shouldn't, and that's why there's things here that shouldn't. I don't like it.
Makes sense.
Do any of you look big and strong?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of
Like
an orc.
a tiny little plant, and I'll
I mean, you've got
Basil
Grung the
flexes.
monk, and you've got Bitey the barbarian. Also, Sammy, that is 2 bonus. If someone wants to go ahead and add that to that document as well, we're going to do bonuses. It's party communal resource. It just adds a +1 to a roll, and I will allow you to use those bonuses before or after you make your roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
I look at you, drunk. Throw me through the window.
I'll pick him up and check him through the window then.
Grung, you're going to give me an athletics test.
Proficiencies, athletics. I'm untrained apparently.
I'm not
I'm
surprised.
gonna
Monks
give
are more
myself a
wisdom
beverage test
based.
real quick.
I have a high strength, but
Oh, that's 21. You pick up Bitey and you whip him around real quick and you throw him feet first through the window. So because Grung did a really good job of that roll, you're not going to risk taking any damage from the glass. You move through the glass feet first, catches your boots. Oh my gosh, there's a granny on Joe.
oh no.
As he's picking him up, can I throw guidance on Bitey?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
As Bitey, you catch this radiance bonus. You have guidance on you. You've been thrown through the window. You go flying in. Give me an acrobatics test there, Bitey.
Okay.
You can get a +1 on this or any other type of roll.
You don't, I would say save that
Yeah.
guidance, because at 12 you get that full fucking like superhero landing. Bitey, you are immediately thrown through. You land. I'll tell you what, I'll even give you a little bit of a perk here. You land on like a table.
Yep.
Give me a moment here. So I'm gonna. Where are you at, Bitey? There you are.
I'm right there.
Give me a second. Stream. Now, the rest of the party is technically outside. I just don't have enough room on the map space. As Bitey, you land on the table and you see these 3 hideous creatures. They seem to become aware of you as their focus slowly starts shifting towards you. Bitey, what are you going to do?
Rage. So my mouth gets even bigger and I squat and my eyes get kind of big and bulbous. And then I'm going to run and jump and bite one.
Very nice. And I like, this was, do you know how to turn rage on for your character?
I do.
Okay, good. Because I don't.
That's fine.
You leap forward to bite one of them. Go ahead and target this one here.
Yep.
And then make your rage attack. After that, we are going to go into initiative. As the rest of you are able to watch through this broken window as Bitey is thrown in, lands on the table.
You get a +1.
Why did
Great, I
that-
got an 8.
Yay.
Where's person?
Oh.
Oh,
Alright.
initiative right there.
And then-
Bitey, I'm waiting for your attack to come through, Bitey.
That is 14 damage. If you just select the token and hit the damage button, it'll auto apply it for you.
Okay. I'm looking for the damage button. There it is.
It's
Good
the
job.
yeah, there you go.
That's right, because this thing fucking
Wow.
tells you if your attack hits or not.
Yep.
It is not down as you take this hard bite. It is this gelatinous meat, like uncooked pork belly, with this really hard sulfuric, rotten egg kind of flavor.
Spicy.
Give me a second here. I want to chat to be able to see our initiative track.
There we go.
Who are we missing? Dan, you need to roll me initiative still. You can go to the initiative tab and hit the button.
There we go.
All right, so Bitey, you leap with one action, you bite with the second action. What are you doing with your third action point?
Oh, well, and raging was one action.
Oh, okay. So Bitey,
So,
you are complete with your turn, which means we're going to start with Basil.
All right.
You are outside.
I am
The front
outside.
door. The guy did say it was locked, but there is a broken window that grung through Bitey through.
All right. I'm gonna scamper up into that windowsill, or like into the window.
So I'm going to imagine it's more of a dexterous scampering.
hmm
Why don't you give me an acrobatics test?
Okay.
Also, if anyone's curious, the little cabin map, 2-minute tabletop, highly recommend to go
I was gonna say
back
it
them on
looks like
Patreon.
his art style.
It is, yeah.
He makes good stuff.
He really makes good stuff.
13.
Yep, you scamper on in. So that's your first action, is climbing up the wall and hopping through the window. So Basil is officially in. The rest of you are still outside. So
Is that
first
all of my
point.
actions, or how many
you
do I have
get
left?
3 action points.
Okay, so that was 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then is moving a different action?
It is. So movement is like if you're just devoting an action point to moving somewhere, that is a single action point.
Okay. It's my
Gotta
have a
refamiliarize
gouging claw
myself
attack.
with the actions in this too.
Say that again, Dan.
I got to remember the actions in this too. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move like
so
over here.
A
then,
single
'cause
like
I don't have
melee
enough.
attack is a single action. Okay.
Oh,
so
is
you
it?
just,
Okay.
Yeah. The things that are going to be really costing double action spell casting
Mm-hmm.
hmm
usually cost
Some feats.
some feats, yeah. But if you have a
I think
melee
I'm gonna
attack,
climb over
yeah,
and then see how ugly these things are and hide under the table.
absolutely. You're hiding under the table. Go give me a stealth test.
Okay.
Ten's not terrible.
10.
Oh, it is 11 o'clock, which means we are entering our second hour of play. Everyone taking a hero point. So remind me,
Ooh.
every hour
Oh.
of play, you should get a hero point.
Neat.
Maximum
Nice.
is 3. So like Grung right now, Tyler, you're maxed out.
That's right. You start with 1.
Yeah,
Yep.
you start with 1. Tyler, I gave you an extra. Everyone else has 2. Tyler has 3. You can
And
use
these can
hero
be burnt
points.
to reroll or save yourself from dying, right?
That's
Are they like
exactly
luck
right.
points in?
Yeah, you can use a hero
Basically.
point as a reroll, or if I kill you, you can use your hero points to stabilize yourself and not be dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, why am I just now hearing about this rule? Huh?
Because John cheats.
No.
No, John has
usually
told us
forget.
that roll. Pay attention, April.
No. Because if he were, no, never mind. I'm biting
It's
my
because
tongue.
John
I'm
doesn't
keeping
like your
my opi-
character.
I
You-
am
you gotta
keeping
remember,
my
April.
opinion to myself.
We have another game with John in a week or 2. So, yeah.
He's still just gonna cheat anyway, so it's fine.
It is. It is. If anyone hasn't watched John's games that release on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as long as I remember to fucking edit them and post them, John has
Details.
crazy stupid luck as a DM. He is rolling crits against us left and right.
Does he reverse me?
He's reverse you.
Oh, so he's using the special plugin.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Jurg, John, it is also going to pass over to your turn.
Yeah.
After Basil hides under the table.
Okay, I'm gonna bite this this thing again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is a crit. Nope.
Yep.
John, I know they said don't use the cards because they're too dangerous. John, I live dangerously.
Fair enough.
So I have the Pathfinder critical hit deck.
Okay.
This John,
is blunt damage, by the way.
Tell me how many to mill.
What's that?
So I have the deck. You tell me how many cards to put on the bottom of the deck, and then I draw the next one.
3.
And this is blunt damage. So John, not only do you deal 22 damage.
And 1 bleeding, persistent.
Fuck. You
No. That's I'm raging, so no, I don't. Never mind.
You also rupture their spleen. They take an additional 1 persistent bleed damage.
Yeah, that one
Either
too.
way.
All right. So I got bad news for you, John.
Just one still. Yeah. Darn.
I'm going to apply this damage
Mm-hmm.
as you just completely obliterate this fucking creature. I mean, like, gore goes in this fucking spray arc across the room. What is your weapon?
I bit it.
You
with
bite
my-
so fucking hard on this thing's fucking just belly button that everything ruptures out of the back around their spinal column and just fucking coats the walls in viscera and gore. It's disgusting, but you fucking killed the shit
Villager
out
is
of
gonna be
this.
so excited for this gore.
They are.
All right. So my second action, I step over to this other one.
Yeah, that was your first action point.
That was
Second
my first
point
action.
to move.
And then Bitey's tongue flicks out of his mouth and is going to try to whack this one.
Good God, that's why Bitey gets a lot of dates.
But he misses.
He does miss.
Later,
April,
it
are
gets
you
a
okay?
10-foot reach.
No, I just should know better than to take a drink when you're gonna say something.
Mm-hmm.
But then
that's it
when
for
will
me.
you ever drink?
Okay. It does pass to this one's turn. Let's see here. So Basil's hiding. Well, it can move up. It's going to move up behind Bitey. And it is going to make an attack against you.
That's fair. That's gonna hit.
I did not target you. So what's your AC?
17.
It is not a critical.
Not a critical.
It is going to deal 6 damage to Bitey.
Okay.
And then I have another action point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 15.
That will that will hit because I am flanked, or I'm off guard, so my AC is down by 2.
Well, you did it to yourself, John, because I forgot about that rule. That's another 6 damage. How's Bitey doing?
Fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
I would almost be dead after that.
So you all should be able to now, and tell me if this module's not working. If you move your mouse over one of your allies, you should be able to see their health bar along the bottom. Is that
I
true
am
for
not.
all of you?
Nope.
I'm not able to.
Oh.
I can see mine. I can't see
I can
anyone
see my
else's.
own, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have
can
to
see
get
mine.
with John later and figure out what
See
that
what?
near death,
Sure.
yeah,
A
module
little
is.
tiny health bar.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rowan, Dan, you are outside of the cabin.
All right, and this is where I might need some clarification on things because I have a
Absolutely.
funny ability, but I get to interact to draw my weapons.
Mhm.
I have 2 weapons. Does that take an action?
I'm going to say as you're performing another action, you can draw your weapons during that action.
I think
Okay.
it's a special thing for gunslingers to do that usually. So
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, I'm probably gonna need a little help on this because
So- Yeah, usually
wanna-
it would be like a move and then an action to move and then an action to draw your weapons. You can draw your weapons inside of another action. So like a move to like leap through the window. In the process, you draw your weapons, leaving you 2 action points as you land inside.
okay, so that sounds like the thing I'm going to do because then I think I can do everything else I intended to do.
Give me an
Okay.
acrobatics test
Yes,
because you are tiny.
it has been a while since I Pathfinder, so
No, that entirely understandable. You leap through this fucking window, you pull your guns out, and you like land on like a knee. And so that's 1 action point. You've got 2 action points
Yep.
left. What are you gonna do?
so then take a shot first at probably the one behind him. I at least remember how to target.
Good job.
So we'll do... Oh, I don't have ammunition for my gun.
Hang on. That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
You definitely do have ammunition for your gun. So if you go to the actions tab, the little fucking like diamond thing underneath your
Yes.
hand cannon, if you click on ammo, you do not have it added.
I do not have ammo. I probably didn't put it in.
It would have come
Slap
with
it in
it.
your-
Give me a second.
I imported from Path Builder,
No, that's
so I probably missed it there.
it's okay.
um,
It happens.
Let's see.
I shoot,
here.
but it's all blanks. Oh,
Shoot again, but it's a blank.
I fired, but then I missed.
And I missed again.
There's a warning shot.
I gotta look at. Let's click on that. Firearm.
Regular bullets to add.
Yeah, I think it should be bullets.
Yeah.
I see glue bullets, golden bullets, eroding bullets, disrupting bullets. I just want regular fucking bullets.
Yeah, where are bullets at? I see rounds.
That might be it.
I think that's it. This is rounds, and we were looking at a hand cannon.
Yeah, I don't see rounds.
Rounds hand cannon. I
Yeah.
got you.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Uh,
Bullets. Hooray.
So then we click on that ammo and want to click on rounds hand cannon. Okay.
Yep.
Now you
All
can
right,
target
back
and
to
make
the
your shot.
back to the shooting.
Back to the shooting. You are inside. That is
Yes.
17 to hit. That's your acrobat. Oh, that's a hit. Wide 9. Go ahead and click on that damage.
You
do
would
I
even
tell?
calculate it in your range penalty. Neat.
Oh,
Oh, it did.
oh, there it is. Yerg's targeting. No. How do I tell which one's targeting what? I gotta look at the little thing. Okay. And you're targeting this
the
one. I
bottom
gotcha.
one.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So you do a shot. That is
There'll be a little
7
dot
damage.
over
It
the head.
is. It's just it was
Yes.
color. Like I wanted to be able to see a name, but I just
Oh,
look
sure.
at the color, look at the player list. I'm Gucci.
Yep.
Okay. So
Then
an
get-
action to leap in, an action to take 1 shot. You've got a second gun. Do you
Yes.
take your other shot?
well, I got a melee weapon, but I can, as a part of my free action, I can stride, which lets me move for free.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy, man. You move up to this one.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
And then I stab with my katana.
Such a fucking weeb.
Be sure
But
to use the-
they are also off guard because I
Ooh,
shot
that's
them
like
with my gun.
Okay, that's a -2 modifier to their AC, I think.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
And then be sure to use the second attack button.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
The
So you're
second attack button.
Yeah.
So when you look at your
there's-
katana, you got a strike +6, and then there's the
Mhm.
+1 map -5.
Okay.
Every time you repeat an action, there is a penalty to that action.
All right.
So if you're katana, you'll do the +1. 18.
That'll work.
That is a hit. Go ahead and hit your damage.
Nice.
Oh, look at that animation. Like it had a little sword fucking
animation.
whipping around and shit.
Mhm.
I don't
That's
remember
neat.
installing that shit, but it fucking worked.
It comes with the automated animation stuff.
Oh, okay. John's just
Neat.
like,
I'll
here,
have
Chuck,
to-
install these things. It'll make things good.
I'll have
And
to
I'm
like not have my character sheet over it next time.
don't have your character sheet over it next time because there was like a fucking sword that moved around and swung at it. Grung, you're up. You're outside. You threw bite again. Shit's happening inside. What are you gonna do, man?
Are we near the door?
Oh shit, Janov. Jeff, how's it going, buddy?
Hey.
So people are leaping through the window that you threw bitey through.
Mm-hmm.
We're just really inspired.
I'm gonna try real hard to climb through that window then.
Athletics test.
Oh,
You
thank
are
God, I'm
so
good at
far.
those.
Everyone who's gone inside has been tiny. You're not, so it's going to be an easy athletics test. Not a
Yeah.
fucking problem. You easily throw yourself through the window. You land without a problem. That is 1 action point. You've got 2 action points left. What do you want to do, bud?
Let me see. So is this red guy up here? Oh no, I see him. There's 3 guys. The one with red is dead, I assume.
The guy with red is bitey. That's Jurg.
Oh no, the guy with the red. Oh, it is. I see.
Yeah. The
That-
2
okay.
clay-faced looking motherfuckers.
I'm gonna like stroll over here next to the bottom one,
Okay.
purple guy,
So yeah, oops. You spend an AP.
and then I'm
So
gonna use
1
my
AP to leap through, 1 AP to move up to him. You've got an action point left.
last AP to punch him in the nuts.
I appreciate. So click on that dude. If you click on the dude and then
Oh.
hit T on your keyboard, it's fine. I've got this.
I'm sorry.
25 to hit. That is a hit. That is a critical hit, man. How many cards do you want me to drop?
3.
And you are punching, so this is a melee
Correct.
or a blunt.
Yes, I
Split
have.
open takes an additional D6 persistent bleed damage. So go ahead and hit your damage, and it should ask you if it's crit.
It's a hell of a ball shot.
Let's see. Damn.
So on the where the dice results are, there's a damage button
Yes.
you can click.
Yes. Do I not have? Oh, maybe that.
That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead. You shit. Yeah, that's fucking crit damage. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna click on my character. I'm gonna click on
Oh, I
damage.
think that's wrong.
No, well, it's you rolled a D3. D3 plus D4 is 7. It's a critical, so it does ×2.
Because I'm a monk, I get a D6 punch instead of a
Yep.
D4 monk, but I couldn't figure out how to get that programmed into the sheet.
Okay. Well, we'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Roll me a D6.
Bigger punch.
Yeah, that's right. I thought it took it automatically, but I just realized it didn't.
That's fine. We can fix that.
That's 3 rounds of bleeding then?
All right. So no, that is you deal a 3 plus 4.
7.
That's a 6 times 2. 7. It's the same damage. You rolled yeah.
Oh, I got
Using your correct die.
I see. I
calculated.
understand.
Yeah. All right. All right. That should be it. That. Okay, cool. You did your crit damage. Give me a D6 roll now. Okay. On
Um,
its turn, I need to turn on this. This fucking module's got so many features, and I don't know how to use any of them.
Fair.
This is the difference. Like, John knows how to use these. I'm like, oh, it's just because I'm old and like used to doing things. John's older than I am.
I am.
You can tell, like, our beards show the appropriate amount of gray per age.
Yeah.
I'll just say John was born in the 70s. I was born in the 80s. Is that
By
accurate?
like 1 year. Yeah. By
You were-
like 1 year.
You were 80
Yeah.
flat?
No, I was born in 79.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
You're 3 years older than my wife? 5 years
My
older
mom
than
was
me?
born in 75.
John, you could be Joe's dad.
I know.
Oh my god.
Listen,
It's a
we had
DOK
that
tradition.
we had that ongoing joke where April was young enough to be my kid. So on stream, I am April's father. Now on stream, John, you are Joe's dad. John,
Whether either of you like it or not,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it is canon now.
If I'm subjected to do it, you are too.
Yeah. John, you need to
Yes.
make sure that you give Joe plenty of lectures about the cure and Catholicism.
Okay, sure.
Then I can repeat my childhood.
Yeah, you can repeat it. It'll be the same Joe.
That's right. It's important that we get the same outcome when it's all said and done.
Yeah. Tyler, anything else Grunk's doing?
I think that's all three of my actions, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
and bow.
April, give me a D4 roll.
You D4 roll?
Yeah.
3.
This is the most thoughtful 3 that I've ever seen.
It is, yeah.
Chuck may be frozen.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's a little concerning.
There's just like,
All right. Okay. I did a thing. Afa and Akuru, each of you give me a perception test.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. Someone gave us a follow. Hey, JEK_TIND. Thank you for that follow. That's fantastic, bud. Thanks.
I feel like it
Why
is
am I not seeing
potentially
perception?
it's potentially important to mention that I have keen eyes.
This isn't going to affect you.
Oh.
You're not in the right area.
Yeah, that would be why.
Okay.
This is going to be for the people who are still outside. So, Akuru, I'm going to give this to you. As you're waiting for your turn in combat, I don't know what you're going to do on your turn, but you know this window is broken open. It is an easy way to get inside. The door is closed. You did hear the old dude say that it was locked, so you're presuming it's locked. But as you're waiting, you feel along your feathers a movement of air. Something rapidly left through that window. And the way the air hit your feathers. You know how the beating of wings kind of fucks around with air currents. You're a fucking Tingu. You know this. You're a bird. Oh, there's a
Yes.
foot right on Joe's face. I don't know why they're all going for Joe tonight. But something
They just know what he
unseen
needs.
that is flying with wings just escaped from this house through the broken window. And it does kick over to your turn.
But I was unable to actually see the thing itself.
Very correct.
I will note that for later. How big is Afa Quinny?
Well, your cat folk, that's medium sized. That's a regular fucking person sized. Given what April's interpretations of the character is, but it falls in that medium, regular elf, human size range.
Okay, I was initially planning to just like throw her into the building, but not with my.
That is.
I would land on my feet.
You
well,
would.
I've got a 0 strength modifier.
Yeah, I was
so-
gonna say that
Ow.
would be a very tough.
And my bones are light.
Yeah, that would be a very tough athletics test.
So yeah, instead I'll just move into the house because now something's outside and I don't want it to be
Okay.
messing with me.
Do Tango have any kind of flying ability?
Some do, as I understand, that have some sort of
Like gliding?
like a light fall sort of thing.
Okay.
But I don't.
kind of get there later, but
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
off,
You do not at this moment. That's what I
No.
was going for. How are you
Exactly.
getting through this window is essentially what I'm going to get at. Do you want to give me an acrobatics check and an athletics check?
I'll take the acrobatics check. I'll try to like do like a rolling jump.
Okay. Acrobatics test then.
that fails. Just crawl through awkwardly.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll just, go head first into the broken glass.
I
Yeah.
like that.
That's what I do.
You know.
12 is fine. You get through. That's an action point. You spend
Okay.
one action. You're inside.
All right, I'm going to channel the elements and activate my aura of air.
Oh, okay.
And then I will see. It was the bottom one. Yeah, the bottom one just got its
Yeah.
gelatinous nards rocked.
Yeah.
I'm
So if
gonna-
you click on it and then hit T on your keyboard, it will target it.
there we go. Then I will send an elemental blast of lightning at it.
Oh, nice. So this is your second action point, I presume?
My third and final.
Okay. Second and third. Yeah. 18 does hit. It is not a critical. Go and hit that damage. Oh,
Full
wow.
damage.
6 damage. That's good. That does, in fact, kill it. As you incinerate that creature with lightning damage.
The elements are my friend.
Okay. All right. So that's your turn. Now we're gonna go to Afa. What do you got?
Well, is there still one standing, or was that all of them?
You're still outside. You still
Right.
hear the sounds of combat. Essentially, I want an acrobatics or an athletics test. Spend an AP, and you'll get inside. Above board, there is one remaining.
Okay. I will go ahead and clamber in through the window.
I'm gonna guess since you're a cat, that's gonna be acrobatics. No problem.
Yes.
Easily in.
And then I did not actually have any of my weapons drawn.
It's fine. You were aware of this. You can draw your weapon for free AP. I'm not gonna, at this point. In the future, we will need to be more mindful of that. Specifically, it's going to be all Dan's fault because Dan has cool abilities that allow him to benefit from that. We don't want to detract from that.
Noted. I will
Only
try
once.
and shoot this thing with my sling.
Okay, absolutely. So click on it, hit T, and then that is not a critical miss.
Barely.
So that's your second action point. Your sling, did it just use 1 AP?
Yep.
So you can make another slingshot if you want.
Would reloading it count as an action?
It's a sling.
Does it have reload listed under the traits on the sling? I don't remember off the top of my head if they do or
I'm
not.
looking at your shit. Sling.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So I would need to reload for my
You
last
would.
action.
A reload time one. Okay, yeah, you'd have to spend an action to reload that. So you jump in, you throw a sling rock, you reload. That's your turn. And now I finally get to do things. I already did things.
Yeah.
John, my
Yeah.
deepest apologies.
That's fine. That's what I'm here for.
I'm
Went
going
straight to the beaten.
Honestly, John, I don't have to move. I'm going to make 3 attacks against you.
That's fine.
Oh, there are little claws and stuff.
Critical miss.
Where did it go, John?
Who's apologizing now?
Fuck. There it is.
Something.
John, how many cards?
4.
What kind of... You got your teeth that you're using, right?
Uh-huh.
This thing swings at you with this heavy, slow arm, and like you just lean back, you jut out your bottom jaw. Roll me a d6. As it rakes its arm across your sharpened lower teeth, dealing 4 damage to itself.
Fair enough.
John, I'm making a second attack against you.
Okay.
All right, that's just a regular miss.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm making a third attack against you. That is a miss by 1. I swing at you 3 times. I critically fail and hurt myself once, and just fucking miss twice.
Okay.
Top of the round, Basil, it's your turn. One of these assholes is still up.
All right. Is there anyone that's outside still that was having a hard time getting in? I think we're all inside though now, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Everyone made it inside, right?
Everyone is inside. Yes, successfully inside.
Okay. And then there's just this one. I'm gonna run over and valiantly attack with called claw something. What is it? Gouging claw, but I imagine I'm retexturing it as just like blades of grass and leaves and things that come out of me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna try and do a slashing
Okay.
gouging claw.
So you'll click on, attack.
Did you move up to it? Oh, yeah.
15.
Yeah, I
If
did.
15 does hit. So then
Okay.
on the area, but you click on roll damage.
There you go.
No,
That
8
is
damage.
8 damage. 2 persistent bleed. Give me a second here. I gotta tell you, of all of the fucking module, I've run a lot of systems
Mm-hmm.
in Foundry, and the Pathfinder 2nd edition module, its automations are on fucking point. You don't drop this fucker, but you do good damage to him, and it does have that 2 persistent bleed.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything else you're doing? So that was an action to move up, and then I guess
Yeah.
it was 2 actions for you.
And gouging claw is 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my turn.
Yerg.
All right. Now bite.
All right.
Bite, lick.
That's an 8.
No,
That's a miss by
that's gonna
5,
be-
so it's not a critical. It's not a fumble.
That's okay. You hit it with the tongue? We not hit it with the
You
tongue.
try to tongue it. That's still a miss.
And you know what? Let's try to make it scared. I will try to intimidate it. So that's going to be against its will DC. That's only a 13. It's their will DC is going to be 10 plus their will save bonus.
That's a 13, so that doesn't clear.
Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. Rowan, you're up.
I get to cast some more confusion into things here. It doesn't show how often I need to reload my hand cannon. Is it fire
It-
once and reload?
Let me check.
So my understanding is to reload a hand cannon is an action.
Right. I'm just. Is it fire it once and then have to reload?
If you want to shoot it again, yes.
That's all I'm trying to make sure I understand. Because
Yeah.
some of the guns have like a magazine and stuff,
Reload
and I
time
wasn't
is
sure
1.
about this.
Yeah.
And
Let's.
just
let me
looking to see
double
if
check.
there's a capacity on it or anything.
John's on.
I
John and
didn't see one, which
Yeah.
is where I'm just like, I assume I just have to reload it every time I shoot.
Just double checking.
Which is fine. I should have gotten this probably
Yeah.
out of the way ahead of time.
Oh.
That's okay.
Essentially, the hand cannon is a single shot
Yep.
shotgun.
That's fine. Because
So-
I have more shenanigans that I get to do here.
Yep.
So the answer is yes. Each time you want to pull that trigger, you have to have spent an action reloading it.
I don't, potentially. So I'm going to move up to him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a melee attack.
Okay. Make sure you target.
Do you know
I
which
think I have him targeted.
gunslinger way you went with, Dan?
I have the one that has reloading strike.
You.
Okay. Way of the Drifter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good one.
That is a miss.
Yeah, when you make a melee attack, I get to reload my gun at the same time.
Nice. Okay.
It's the same thing.
One of
that,
your guns is reload because
Fair
you're
enough.
dual wielding, right?
I'm doing a sword, a melee, and a gun.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yep.
Okay. You swing with your sword, you reload your gun. So you've got
And
two
now-
actions.
Now I get to shoot him. I
Shoot.
moved, so just one
Oh,
action.
Move, melee/reload, and then shoot. Absolutely.
Yes. And because I attacked him with the katana, I don't get the disadvantage of shooting in close range.
Okay. You're gonna make me read rules after this, but that sounds
I'm probably
fucking cool.
going to have to make me read rules again too. I'm not completely confident it's
Hey,
right.
it's fine.
It's fine.
The rules are made up and the points don't matter. 20 is a fucking hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that damage.
Yay.
Only
Low.
2
Unbelievably
damage.
low.
That's rough.
I'm
Okay.
danning it up.
All right, Grung, you are up. What are you gonna do?
So there's still just this one guy hanging around here.
Yeah, just one dude left.
Is that the right guy? Did I target him correctly? He's got the little arrows around him.
Yep. Hang on. That dude up there. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna roll to punch.
Yeah. You'll spend an AP to move up to him.
Yep.
Roll to hit. That is a hit. So click on that damage.
Damage. And then
The damage is in the dice. The roll results.
I know. It just doesn't let me change my base damage.
Oh, that's right, because you're a D6. Roll me a D6 and D6 plus 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the stream, we can take a look and get it
Yeah.
fixed.
Still, same thing as last time.
Same
Same
time.
fucking damage, man.
Doesn't matter.
All right. This thing is still up. You have another action point. So if you punchy punch,
Yeah, I'll punch again.
yeah, it's the punchy unarmed strike plus the 3,
Yeah, the +3 instead of the plus
7.
7.
Yeah. Oh, that's a dirty 20. That is a hit. And D6 plus 4.
I'll just manually roll the damage.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Jeez. Okay.
All right, that's 5 damage. This thing's still up.
Okay.
All right. Jake Akuru, what is up?
Lightning.
I
Many a
love it.
lightning strike. Number 1. Oh,
Nat
baby.
20.
Wow.
Okay.
Pow.
Go ahead and roll
So,
that out.
yeah, you're going to get your damage. 6 damage. That's not great. Jake, how many cards?
Just 1. And this would count as a slashing attack.
All right, Jake. Did you do a spell to inflict this damage?
I did.
I'm going to ask you before I look at this card, Jake. Do you want me to look at the slashing effect or the spell effect?
Spell effect.
Hypnotic Link. Fuck, man. Target takes normal damage, so that's going to take 6 damage and is controlled by you until the end of its next turn.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh my.
Nice.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to attack it again.
No, you're not, because I got a little excited. Your 6 damage from that spell incinerates this thing. It collapses to the ground dead.
Ooh, neat.
You almost had control of it.
I saw
Almost.
right through its eyes as they melted out of its head.
Yeah, you did. We're going to end combat. So, let me click over to the other. All right, we don't need the map right now. So, you've got these 3 dead things on the ground. You're all in this small cabin. What now?
Fellas, I don't mean to cut our celebration short, but there seems to be some sort of a flying monster that was accompanying these 3 that kind of escaped while this was happening.
So, I'm going to also remind Rowan and Bitey that when you initially looked through the window, you saw something fast flying between like one shelf and the other.
There
Like
was a
it
fast bird.
Knock something over. You couldn't really see any details on it, but that does kind of line up with what you initially saw before you all dug into this.
I mean, do we want to go after it? I don't know that we can catch it unless it decides to not go far. Maybe it's messing with the villagers.
Akuru, you will know that this thing was airborne and it was moving fairly quick. So
Yeah, it's probably either messing with villagers as we speak, or it's long gone, in which case we're heroes.
And I would also remind Afa, Akuru. Afa, you didn't see or feel a goddamn thing. Akuru, you felt it. You heard the flapping of wings. You didn't see anything.
Find anything that looks immediately valuable, and then let's go check on the villagers.
I'm fine with that.
So, if you're looking, I'm going to say this to the entire party here. If you're looking through this cabin, you can either give me, I want to call for one of 2 tests. And let me get the skills up. I'm going to look at Dan's sheet. So you can either give me a just perception test, or B, you can give me an Arcana test.
Bitey is going to sniff where he thought he saw something moving. That flappy thing.
That'll be a
Because
perception.
Bitey has
Oh,
imprecise scent
okay.
as a feature, so
Mhm.
trying to get a track.
Also, friendly reminder to go in and mess with your dice and make them fancy how you see fit.
That is true.
Did you say perception or do you want survival for tracking?
Well, if you're doing that specific thing, survival.
I'm not good at
Are there like still obvious signs of people getting murdered in this place?
Oh yeah, there's fucking blood stains and gore.
I leave instantly.
Okay. And the I'll tell you this, Basil, you go to the door. It's not like physically, like the bolt's not locked. But I would say you do remember seeing like that shit was like hammered closed from the outside. So you climb through the window to get out.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Dan, what did you do? What did you roll?
9, just perception.
Perception.
Just a quick,
There's a lot of stuff that you don't recognize, you're not familiar with. You do see the signs of battles. You see the signs of murder, slaughter, blood everywhere. You see the occasional like bit of flesh. Nothing really hops out at you. Bitey, how'd you do?
But
I got an 11.
Bitey, you kind of climb up on this shelf where you and Rowan saw like this thing fly to. It's got that sulfuric, that like rotten egg scent, but it also doesn't have the scent of like decaying flesh like these other three things do. And you kind of track it. It moves around the room a little bit and then goes out of the window. From like, you kind of like hop out of the window, you sniff around. When this thing left, it was very much airborne. Any scent that it carried was lost on the wind.
Okay.
Grung. Oh, go ahead. What was that?
Yeah, I was just saying, figured as much.
Yeah. Grung, Tyler, what do you do?
I'm not looting. I'm just gonna like shake my head in disgust and
Okay.
turn and walk away.
Yeah.
You're better than us.
No, I'm not
Out the
better than
window.
you. I have no need for earthly goods.
Okay. Akuru.
The
I'm gonna
monastery provides.
start flipping over some cushions and basically just anything where loose change might have fallen out.
Oh, perception test then.
Yeah. All right. Beep-ba-boom. Curses.
You don't really find anything worthwhile.
I found some lint.
Found a lot of
Ooh.
lint. Yeah, some crumbs.
Is that
lint
valuable
farmers.
to you?
Well, no. I wish it was because I found quite a bit of it.
Afa, how did you do? And what did you roll?
I rolled Arcana and I got a 21.
That's a good roll. What were what was Ava looking for?
She was just starting to rifle through drawers and cabinets and anywhere that might have a secret
Got raiders.
compartment.
There you go. Fuzka, thank you for that rate. That's fantastic. Now, Afa,
Bye.
you start rumbling. You're a bard. You've got some arcana. You've got some magical know-how. As you start kind of digging through, you see signs of magic. You see that this cabin probably belonged to a relatively lightly trained magic user, a wizard of some kind. You see things, very low level spells and abilities. They're fixing things, they're cleaning things. Think very like hedge wizard, like a wizard that doesn't have the higher training. They're not capable of the really grandiose spells, but for just basic utility, for being useful to a small village. Yeah, this is very much the vibe you get as someone who dabbles in arcane magic. You pick up lots of stuff. This is where they live. This was their home. And they use their magic just for the basic goods and well-being of the village without the ability to really do the cool shit.
Shame they didn't do more with their lives. So
Yeah, like you
I
get
suppose
the
I'm good.
feeling it's very much like a cantrip wizard.
So I just want to point out that Jurg is going to go over and brush off some glass on the windowsill, and then he's just going to hop up and sit there dangling his feet
Oh,
out of the windowsill.
glad you brushed that off first. I would have had you roll a save versus ass glass.
can I come
don't
up and
want
start
ass
batting at his feet?
Yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I got my big, because Jurg has like the Stewie Griffin sideways football head, because that's classic. Head. So
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. So yeah, and Afa, that's the information you really dig out. I'll say, Afa, would you be sharing that with the party?
It doesn't really seem pertinent. There's nothing cool here. We're good.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing. I mean, even looting this place, very basic spell components, like nothing worthwhile, nothing that would be worth any coin. Like shit that basic things you find in just a regular everyday out. Like, oh, this kind of weed you can use for this kind of spell, like just very common, basic magical things. And I guess the reason why I really ask that is because the fact that Basil, who's also a spellcaster, did kind of pick up on that lingering magical background noise, and it would kind of reinforce what Basil picked up earlier.
I suppose she would go ahead and share that with Basil then. I'm like, yeah.
Okay. But
It's
yeah.
gross in there.
Oh yeah, Basil's already out. Yeah. So, you all kind of investigate around. Those of you who investigate, you all make your way out through the window again. Everyone else, the 3 boxes they're in the ground. They're loosely covered. And there is not a whole lot of thought or care to the finalization of the graves. Like all the other graves, they've got.
Where do the people go?
They're out and about. Their regular everyday life.
They're still around. Okay.
Yeah, they're in the village. They're moving around. Just a regular day for a villager. But Grung, go and give me a perception test there, Grung.
Oh, oops. Perception is right there.
They're out and about. They're doing their thing. They seem very cheery.
Still unreasonably cheery.
Give me a perception test, Rowan.
Boy. I just gotta get back to navigating this tab.
Yeah, it's on the left. So in perception and initiative, they're the oddballs because they're on the banner on the left.
Yep.
Dirty 20, that is really good. Rowan, you kind of take in reading the populace here. Cheery for what has happened, which is unreasonably cheery. But the thing you kind of notice, weighing how they were acting this morning versus how they're acting now, it seems to have kind of lowered. They're still unreasonably cheered for the situation, but it's not as extreme. It's not as they're so fucking happy. Now they're
kind
just
of coming down a bit.
Yeah, they're definitely coming down. That is a good way to put it.
So either they're on some really good stuff or the thing that was causing it has left.
We have no way of knowing.
Knowing what?
We'll just have to ask them when they're sober. Like, what
I guess, yeah.
What were they on?
Maybe there was a feel-good feeling in the building, and when we opened it, the feel-good feeling has left.
Set it free.
Bitey,
Concentrated feel good.
go ahead and give me just a perception test.
Oh boy. Aha!
You're not
No.
able to really assemble any thoughts off of that roll.
Well, at the very least, we heroically saved the town from being too happy.
We did?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh boy.
And we got rid of the people killing monstrosities in that house. They probably need to check if it's not more.
Yeah.
We did good.
I think we set the bat free or something.
I'm sorry. I was distracted. I was talking to my eldest who's leaving. They're walking out of the house and it's their birthday. My oldest child turned 20 today.
Wow.
Happy birthday, child.
It's wild to think about.
It's fucking stupid. Like,
Does that make April the second oldest of your children?
April's the first oldest. I get the joke you were putting out there, but April's the eldest of my
Come
children.
on, man. I'm 21.
Like I said, still the
Someday.
oldest.
Still?
Yeah,
Someday April will be the second oldest.
The second oldest just turned 20.
Nice.
So, yeah.
2 years, you can be the second oldest.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. What's happening?
You tell us. You're the DM.
You guys were fucking talking about shit. I need to know what you were talking about so I can feed you more information.
We're heroic.
Looking
for
around
saving
for
people.
more concentrated happiness.
I'm looking
Set
for the
free.
red evil bird.
Maybe maybe all the unhappiness got trapped in the buildings? We should open all the buildings.
Okay, let's start with Basil.
Mhm.
how are you looking for the red angry bird or the red happy bird or whatever you said?
Obviously,
The
we
evil
need to
red bird
find a
that I heard
structure
about. I'm
with
just
pigs.
looking around.
It's probably
Give me a
there.
perception test.
Okay.
No sign of it, and you feel very confident that there's no sign of it in the area.
We did it,
Rowan,
guys. We
you
got rid
did
of
it.
it.
Yeah, Rowan, what
You
were you
did
doing?
good.
That's you, Dan.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Distracted.
thing.
Cat, quit distracting Dan.
Tell me, what am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I mean, I was looking for more stuff to probably go shoot and/or stab.
Perception test.
You know, in case there's more fun things in houses. Doing murder.
Are there
Do
any
you
more
want to
magic
shoot innocent
houses?
civilians?
Well, they're not doing murder, are they?
They're not. And you find out that there's nothing else fucked up or funky happening around town other than people are uncomfortably happy, but not as uncomfortable as it was this morning.
Are there any other houses that have been nailed shut?
Perception test there, Bitey. You're very confident on this. There are not.
Ah,
One, there's no other houses that have been nailed shut. Two, there's no other freshly dug graves in the graveyard. And three, you find the local tavern, which does have some rooms available.
It's a place for
Grung.
us to sleep.
Yeah.
What's up?
If we have a tavern with rooms available, that's where I'm gonna go.
Maybe they will cheerily serve us free stuff.
Yeah.
For today.
Jake, that does sound like a. I want a charisma based test, but I'm not super familiar remembering the Pathfinder skills and how they tie to charisma.
what are you trying to do, Chuck?
Well, Jake's trying to get a free room based off the
Oh,
heroic deed you
That
all.
would be
Is that
Diplomacy, maybe?
society.
Society.
okay?
Yeah,
I'll tell you
society
what.
would work.
Society or diplomacy?
Yeah,
There, a Karu.
one of those two.
I'll go with society because that's either urban or common.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Anyone
Guaranteed
who isn't
success.
familiar, go to our YouTube, watch our Anvia shit because that's a game that Joe's making, and I would not stop harassing Joe if our fucking things were urban or common, so that way I could get a +1 to my rolls.
Even
Hey,
after they were
Jake.
removed from the game.
That's a
Oh my
fucking
God.
crit. Now,
Wow.
Jake, run me by what you were looking for again.
The
Well,
freest
I
of
was hoping-
rooms and food.
Yeah, exactly. Free food, rooms, and alcohol for myself and maybe for my friends. They are, after all, heroes too.
You rolled me a natural fucking 20, so the answer is yes. You all get free rooms. Not only do you not get stuck in a communal room, the guests that were staying in their private rooms, they fucking kick them out
Wow.
and put them in the communal room. Each of you get your own private hotel room for the night. Each of you
Wow.
gets a free dinner and a free breakfast. And each of you gets 4 drinks on the house.
Jeez.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm
Thanks.
so
to do
happy I'm
like
going to poop on
this-
some dirt and give it to Basil.
Sweet.
By
I
the
don't know about
second
doing
drink,
that more often, but we could do the rest of this more often.
Yeah.
by the second drink, Ava is standing on the bar playing her guitar.
Ava,
Woo, it's
go
just
ahead
like
and give me a
Skankles.
performance test.
Take your socks off.
Was anyone injured, by the way, during that fight?
I don't
I
think.
am.
Oh, Heidi was.
While you're eating, I'm just going to be packing some dirt into your wounds.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fantastic. Joe, what effect does that give Bitey? Ava,
I can
performance test.
spend
if you
10
haven't
minutes
already. Oh,
to
you
do
did.
the
That's
treat
a dirty
wounds, which
20.
I
Yep.
think heals up to full, but I'm not sure.
It's usually it's a medicine check. In this case, it might let you use nature instead if you've got natural
Mhm.
healing. And then the DC is 15, and if you pass that, it restores 2d8 hit points.
Sweet.
Everything that John said is
Uh,
correct. So do what John said.
It's for medicine And checks.
Afa,
Okay.
your performance test was amazing. First thing, roll me a d6. Next thing, roll me a d6.
How many more free beers you get?
Hey,
Ooh, wow,
that
look
is
at
a
that.
critical success,
How
so
much
that'll
more drunk she
restore
gets?
48
Another 5.
hit points.
Nice.
Wow.
If you want to
Okay.
hold that.
Bitey, 48 hit points. That's great. Afa,
48.
you make 5 gold
Wow.
just from
Nice.
fucking tips
Awesome.
tonight.
Thank you.
I pack some healing dirt.
Thank you.
I like healing dirt.
I'm all full.
Okay.
Dirt.
You all make some money. You have a very filling dinner. You have drinks on the house. You have nice, soft, comfy beds. You all go ahead and you can click that long rest button, that bed icon on your character sheet in the top left. And that's where we're going to end it for the night because it is midnight. That is 2 hours. This has been our first session of this new campaign. We will pick up next session, waking up in the morning and seeing what
Somewhere
these
different still.
rested.
6 strangers want to do. What's that, Joe?
He said feeling well
We're
rested.
not all
apparently,
strangers.
according to the chat.
You're
log.
not all strangers. Afa and Rowan and Akuru, familiarity.
Quick question:
Just not all friends yet.
Are you doing XP check, or are you just telling
We'll
us
do
when we can level?
milestone.
We'll do milestone.
Yeah, milestone, because I'm not doing math.
That's fair. It's not,
Math is awful.
Yeah.
not usually.
I have a predetermined formula for leveling,
Okay.
and that's what I'm going with. So pretty much between each level, you have to do that many sessions. So your first level.
Mhm.
So we started out. So after next session, you'll be moving on to level 2. And then 2 sessions after that, level 3. 3 sessions after that, level 4, and so on and so forth. That's the plan. It may deviate some. But yeah, first session. Good job,
Yay.
everyone.
Yeah.
We did it.
You woke up in a
Like playing
field
Pathfinder.
not knowing where the fuck you're at. You investigated a murder, and you still don't know why the fuck you are where you are. It's great.
That sounds like a story of my life.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. So
Do any
let's
of us
do.
really know where we are?
I don't know.
How we got here.
I don't know.
Oh,
So-
alone.
42.
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Cotton
Where
Eye
did you
Joe.
come from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye John.
Cotton Eye John. God damn it. All right.
Mhm.
Let's do.
That's where
I
everything
guess
comes and
closing
goes
round
from.
of plugs is a little restricted because it's. John, what do you want to throw out there?
You already kind of mentioned it. So there's the Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel. We've got the Pathfinder 2nd Edition game that I've been running, and we've been recording, and we put it up on our YouTube channel. So go check it
Tuesday
out.
and Thursdays.
Yeah, quite a bit. We have Oops All Goblins, and then we also started Punks in a Powder Keg. So
Very cool. Very cool.
good stuff.
Dan, I was going to throw it to you because you always plug our Discord, but April beat you to the link. So Dan, make
I know.
noises.
Well, what am I supposed to do with myself?
Say words.
No, I said make
Well, I was making
noises, and Dan
noises.
did a good job. So April, you have to talk about the Discord.
Oh God. You should come hang out in the Discord because we have frog beans and sexy cryptids. Oh my God, I can't talk anymore.
No, you can't.
The way I can't type has
Listen,
slowly progressed into not being able to talk.
Mothman's got them cheeks that everyone needs to appreciate.
Double caked up.
That's it.
Yeah, you can hear them clapping for miles.
That
Come
is
down
accurate.
to quarter off of Mothman's ass and our
That is
Whoa.
wings
That's it.
flapping.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's it
Wow.
exactly.
Not
Let's
ready
see.
for that.
So we picked on John, we picked on Dan, we picked on April. Tyler, you haven't been here for a long time, and I'm so happy you're back. I'm very excited about it.
Well, it's good to be back. I've missed playing these games.
You want to plug anything?
I have literally nothing important to share other
Okay.
than please watch all of our content on YouTube.
Fuck yes. Do what Tyler said, or Tyler
Yes.
will be upset with you.
I will cry.
He will fucking cry.
No one wants that.
That's true. Jake, you want to throw anything out there?
Yes, actually. Got a message from one of our sponsors here.
I'm about it.
Looking for a sinfully decadent marriage between spicy and sweet? Then in God's name, take flight from the Garden of Delights and surrender to the temptation brought forth by Lilith Wings from Pazuzu Pizza. Made from meat as tender as the darkest night's embrace, Lilith Wings are marinated with forbidden fruit, dipped in rare Mesopotamian spices, and served with a fiery sauce that's guaranteed to burn you to the core. Only available for a limited time, so submit to the seductive satisfaction that only Lilith Wings can bring. Pazuzu Pizza, the power of crust compels you.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Do
It's so
goth
good.
folk
I
get a discount?
Yes. April.
Okay.
Naturally.
I hate you specifically because those don't actually exist.
Yeah, that's fair. So Jake rounds me around to another thing is my Kickstarter, Teenage Odyssey, did fund. We are actively working on it, which means that I am writing the adventure. I am making progress on it. It's moving forward. But the more important thing is Marie Inger. You can look her up. So Ingrid, she's creator of Casket Lands. She's doing the art for Teenage Odyssey, and she sent me some of the next run of art, and it's fucking amazing. Marie does great work. So shit's moving forward great. Keep an eye on that shit because it's going to go out to the backers first, and then it'll be available for purchase on drive-thru. Do you guys think I should do like a little sneak peek spoiler for the next game I'm putting out after Teenage Odyssey? John's got a maybe.
Well, you get in
Also,
trouble
you can
if you
plug
do
your Wednesday.
So.
Who's gonna be mad at me? Is it gonna be Adam? Because Adam and I are like this.
Are you
Okay.
are you in each other's hoodies?
Yeah, it's fucking docking. So, listen, those of you who aren't in the know, Teenage Odyssey, after it releases in October is our release date for Teenage Odyssey. We're aiming to have it done. Who dropped?
Dan.
Dan dropped.
Dan died.
Dan exploded.
Wow.
Dan died at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on a
Did
second.
you wrap there? Maybe
Hang
that's
on.
a sign you shouldn't.
I'm not
leak
listening
unfinished
to that.
Okay.
Yeah, Adam's stratagem missed your
It did.
house. And hit
It's supposed to
Dan.
end the stream, but no.
Yeah.
When Dan
good.
comes back,
Oh God, the entire stream is black.
Yeah.
It's
And
fixed.
now we're back in a little,
Yeah.
No.
Zoom window. It's great.
it's back.
We're
It's
probably off.
no, we're
setting.
here.
No, he pulled the overlay down.
Yeah, it's just straight up Zoom that the parties or the stream's seeing right now.
Nice.
So I'll put it out there. So Teenage Odyssey, it's supposed to release in October. We're going for early September. That's our goal. The next game that I'm putting out, and we're going to hopefully get it launched on Kickstarter mid-September. There's Dan. He's coming back in.
My internet died, so I'm running off of my phone now.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Now,
MVP
Chuck,
for
I am
keeping
going to
that
ask
going.
you, are you saying this because you want to or because it's the alcohol talking?
It's because it's what's going to happen.
Okay.
They don't
I'm
get a
confused
choice.
now, but
It's called Skin City. Imagine a post-apocalyptic future where majority of humanity has been killed, destroyed, obliterated, and they reside in
tomorrow.
one last bastion. And that bastion is called Skin City. But you're not playing as a survivor in Skin City as a human. You're playing as a skeleton who's wearing a human meat suit, infiltrating the city, pretending to be a human. And that's what my next game's going to be about.
Hello, fellow humans.
That's it exactly. And finally, Joe, what do you want to throw out there? You going to bed? Ashley's going to bed.
Good night, Ashley.
We wrapped it up last week, but I'm making a game called Envia, and we finished our maiden campaign in it. Making some tweaks based off that. We're gonna probably do some other content at some point.
We should.
Maybe some
So-
different faces.
Yeah, that's really, I think, the goal, Joe, if I want to speak a lot, is that I like that you appreciate that, John. Joe's going to try and get some other people to run it for people who aren't familiar. I think it's a great fucking game. I had a lot of fun. It's very good. Once Joe's got that shit out, I will definitely be hacking the shit out of it to make my own stupid games out of his shit.
That'd be good.
But yeah, check it out. Go to our YouTube.
So just working on that. Finalizing the Anvia.
Yeah. Also, if you go to our YouTube and you look at the Anvia playlist, you're going to start at the very beginning phases of Anvia. And you can watch it evolve into the previous campaign.
Did you plug our Wednesdays track?
No. Go for it.
Wednesdays. We're also back here on Twitch doing Night Below, but using DCC. And we/Dan may have introduced a random element into the game again.
Yeah.
But this time we didn't nearly wipe ourselves out.
No.
Not yet. Soon.
I mean, it's only been twice now that we've nearly done TPK'd ourselves.
From me.
Specifically, mostly Dan.
This instance, Dan introduced hardcore siege tactics. So everyone watching, we've got a month or two left on Night Below. And then John's going to be taking the driver's seat for Wednesday nights. John, what are you running?
Well, I think you like the idea of doing some space opera, it sounds like.
I'm calling it, John, as the person in charge. That's what we're doing.
Like pigs in space.
We're doing Alternity Star Drive.
Fucking space operas. Dan's gonna come back as Taggart. And I'm just playing Double D in space again. That's all I like to do. I don't know. That's everything. Saturday nights over on Goodman Games Official, I am running... What's the name of that campaign? The Chain Coffin using Weird Frontiers.
Yep.
And that's this Saturday. Anyone else got anything, or can I finally fucking end this shit?
Starfires do drugs.
Kill it.
April's got that shit right. Start fires, do drugs, and tip your fucking bartenders. Deuces, you feet-suckling motherfuckers.
Whoa.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Bye.
We love y'all. Thanks for coming by.